Alright YouTube, what is happening? I got tagged in a video by Stassa23. Check him out if you haven't. He's a great guy. Getting his channel is growing and growing, which is awesome to see. Been in the knife community for a long time. We've had much interaction on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. But he tagged me in this challenge, basically one knife for everything. I've done this before in a video, and you'll see a familiar knife if you watch that video. I mean, it's not the same knife, but it's very similar. But I kind of narrowed it down to, you know, I wanted to, this is actually going to be not very long because I already know the answer to this. I knew it when he asked me. I've done this before, and the only one that may have changed my mind is a new one that I got. But basically, it was JT's, well, it wasn't even started by JT's Knife Life, but he tagged Stassa. I think it was Neuro, something or other. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, forgetting. But basically, picking one knife for everything. If you had to pick one EDC knife, and there's lots of things that go into it. There's the knife itself, the manufacturer, their warranty, the steel that's used, how easy it is to sharpen and maintain, how easy it is to strop to get back to a sharper edge, etc. There's lots of things, manufacturer, fit and finish, ergonomics, so many things that go into it. So I have 5 out in front of you right here. 2 of these are the same knife and a little bit different, obviously. Both Chris Reeve. I'm going to go ahead and start with what why I narrowed it down to these 5. These are some of my most carried knives. I love the Tachi Baby Machine. This is one that just surprised the heck out of me that I really love. It's not going to be the pick, mainly because the blade steel RWL34 is good, but I don't think it's as good as the other steels on this table. And ergonomically, the knife is very comfortable, but it's kind of funky in some ways. So it didn't quite make the cut. It made the top 5, but it didn't make the one knife for everything. So fantastic knife though, so well made. And Rayot has great manufacturing, warranty work. I don't know, never had to use them, but they're Chinese made. I don't know if they have a U.S. representative. I'm assuming they would. Never had an experience. Never had to use them, but that is one kind of negative, I would say. Alright, the next up is the Benchmade bug out with the Rock Scale Designs titanium scales. Specifically with these titanium scales. It adds a lot of rigidity to the knife. It does add a little bit of weight. This knife is stupidly smooth. It's got knife pivot lube on it, which I'm going to do in finishing up my video review on that here soon. I've been kind of leaving the knives alone and using them and stuff for a week or so, or 2. Actually, it's been a couple weeks, I think, just to see how they are. And man, on Axis locks, it is phenomenal. It makes them so smooth. They just drop shut, and there's no blade play on this knife. It's solid. So the bug out is a fantastic design by itself. I think the ergonomics are great on the knife. It's got a nice thin blade, really good blade shape. But with the upgraded titanium scales, makes it a more rigid, more higher premium feeling knife. And again, this is one of my most carried knives. Why I wouldn't pick it over these other ones? Mainly because Benchmade's Benchmade actually has a fantastic warranty, one of the best in the business in my opinion. But I'm not so sure on the Omega Springs and the Axis lock as far as long-term durability would be concerned. And S30V isn't quite as good as the other blade steels. So that is one reason. But this is one of my top most carried knives, and I do love it, absolutely. And the good thing is I don't have to choose one. But if I had to. Alright, that narrows it down to the Hinderer and the Chris Reeve. Weird. 2 of the top premier knife manufacturers in America, both U.S. made. Love both their companies. Had good relations with their owners, well, not necessarily their owners, but Tim Reeve and Rick Hinderer himself, and just would always support their products because of that. They make a fantastic knife, both of them, and they're both made in the USA, and they both have fantastic warranties. Sharpening warranties included for life on these knives. These are heirloom quality knives. They're going to last forever. They're also not cheap. These are $400 plus, all of these. But they are going to last you that long. They're worth the money, I think. Now, I'm going to excuse the Hinderer only because this is the new skinny model that I just did a video on. I actually may upload this one before that one. I'll probably do that one first. I just did a video on it, why I didn't choose the other Hinderer here. And I love the new skinny one, but I haven't had it long enough to justify it, but I already can tell. I love the X18 a lot. This is definitely one knife that could do anything you need. No problem. None at all. But I'm not sure yet because it's just the skinny is a new model and I haven't spent a lot of time with it. That leaves us with 2 Chris Reeve knives. And I told you this wasn't going to be very long. I mean, I think Stas was like 20 minutes and he had a little hard time. For me, it was actually pretty easy. They're both in single blades, which I think is one of the best blade shapes ever for EDC. They're both in singles. This is just your plain Jane titanium. This has seen a lot of use, a lot of wear. It's got snail marks, shells everywhere, just been sharpened. And then you have the micarta. This is the knife ship free red micarta, but micarta inlays. I'm going to go with the micarta inlay over the standard only because the micarta inlay adds a little more grip to the knife and it fills out the hand a little bit better. That's the only reason. Other than that, you could go just fine with a standard plain Jane Sebenza 21 in Singo. Would be one I would just absolutely be fine with. I'm going to go with the micarta though because of what I just said. It has a little bit better ergonomics because it fills out the hand, it adds a little bit more grip, and it just makes the knife a little bit more pleasing aesthetically. I love canvas micarta. S35 is not the best steel that I was on this table by any means. 20CV was better on the Hinderer. But why S35? Because it is a proven, it's such a good balance of corrosion resistance, of edge retention, of ease of sharpening, toughness. I mean, just an overall great steel developed with Crucible and Chris Reeve for Fully knives. It is a Fully knife steel. Now, like I said, 20CV, yeah, it pulls out of the water for edge retention. Just way better. Corrosion resistance is very similar, but ease of sharpening is much easier on an S35 knife than it is on a 20CV, no doubt. 20CV can be compared to M390 as well, so you know that would be another choice. But I like S35. People are gonna be like, oh, it's not even a premium steel. It is. It's still a premium steel. It's just such a well-balanced steel. Everyone gets so caught up in edge retention all the time that they don't think about how hard is it to sharpen a knife. Are they gonna have the skills to do that? And I do, and I have the equipment and everything. But I enjoy sharpening S35. It takes a wicked sharp edge fast. It gets nicely polished. It's just great. The thin grind on the Inkosis is such such good slicers. They're built like absolute tanks. They're buttery smooth. This knife could do anything. It's a true EDC knife. You can carry this anywhere. You can carry this to work. You can carry this, camping, hiking, outdoors activities. You could, it's a everyday knife. Literally, you could carry this in your slacks. No big deal. To church, it's a great gentleman's carry. It's just an overall nearly perfect knife, in my opinion. And I am a bit biased towards Chris Reeve, but if you've owned any Chris Reeves knives and have really owned them, and you'd know that the warranty is one of the best. I mean, you can send it back for a spot treatment anytime. It literally will last you the rest of your life. Yes, they're expensive, but there's no reason why I can't hand this knife down to my son, and then he can send it in for sharpening, or he can send it in for whatever, and make it look new again with a simple spot treatment. And they're just up the road in Idaho for me. Great people too. Just highly recommend the Chris Reeve. If you have never stepped into one, do it. This would be my choice. And guess what? This was my choice, I think, over a year ago. And I think someone else did. I think it was Epic Snuggle Bunny maybe. And I was going to tag him, actually. That's who I'm tagging, is Epic Snuggle Bunny in this video. Curious to see what he picks. But this would be my pick. If I just do one knife that could do everything I needed it to, based on those parameters that I gave, this would be it. Small micarta in Singo, Sebenza with micarta. I mean, and even this red micarta is just beautiful. I like it better than the black. So that's my one knife, guys. It didn't take long, under 10 minutes, and I knew that I've had many knives since I did the video last time on it. This was what I chose, and it hasn't changed. It's that good of a knife. So for me, it's my preference. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.